Alright, so we're here about to make Corin's computer. I'm going to walk you through some of the basics of computer building to make it a little more educational. I'm going to tear it back down once I get it built out and operating system installed, so that we can put a few pieces back in for him, and so that he sees the process involved and how to be careful with some of the pieces. So I'm going to walk through some of the basics. Start out with the processor. We have an 8120 AMD 8-core processor. We're going to go ahead and use the standard air CPU fan to start with, and then we'll come back at some point when it gets a little older. If we try to overclock those types of things, maybe get a closed water cooler system. Come back, we've got the M5A97 motherboard, which is all great. It doesn't really mean much to anyone except for the fact that it has PCI Express 3.0 and it can control this particular CPU. So it's a good one. It's good just to have it on record so that if he ever needs it, you can find it. We've got the RAM. We've got 16 gigs of 1600 megahertz RAM. 2 sticks, that way 2 of the spots are open if he wants to expand. Probably want to stick to the same memory or same speed at least, probably same manufacturer. This is probably the most unique thing we've done. This is, you probably can't see it that well, but see that air through there? That's where this is actually a 3.5 drive bay for a 2.5 drive, aka a laptop drive. The reason we did this is the hard drive that I would like to get him isn't on the market yet. So we're going to test this out because it has benchmarked really, really well, and it has a lot of what you consider solid state memory in it. So what it does is essentially cache everything for the first minute or so of operations in that solid state memory, so that the boot time is just astronomical. And then it keeps some in reserve for his most used games or applications, so that they really whiz through there. And then another unique thing is, since there's this is actually where you can stack too high, so if he needs more memory or anything of that nature, if this drive's performing well, he may just go snag another one. But this is a 1000 gigabyte or a terabyte Seagate laptop SSD. Also known as the Momentous drive, Momentous XT to be exact. We've got an MSI a Radeon card, which is actually a 650 Ti. It is a honking beast. It's probably the 15th strongest card that's on the market right now, which is good. You're never going to afford the best one, but what you can do a lot of times is buy 2 of those and put them in sequence with each other. You've got a Blu-ray reading drive with DVD burning capabilities. The day of optical drives is going away, but we're not there yet. You'll need it for certain games to install, etc. And to watch movies won't hurt anything. And then we have a 500 watt Corsair Cooler Master power supply. So that plus the Gateway 21.5-inch monitor he got, and keyboard mouse combo which is required, and then we get to the case itself. Now you can kind of see that, but I haven't opened it yet, so I'm going to fumble around a little bit. Just like that. Okay, goes here. So we'll take out one of these spots for the drive. It has plenty of USB 3.0 hookups. We'll probably only need a couple, one for his mouse, one for his keyboard. So I'm going to set that down for the moment. One thing I want to go over is in the next section is how we actually begin with a computer. So now that we've got the product list down, I'm going to stop this segment and open